My name is James M. Umphrey, and my rank is an HM3. I said, you know what? I'm kind of liking this Navy. Maybe a career is in order. So I went down to personnel, talked to the lieutenant down there, and I said, what kind of a deal can we work out if I extend my enlistment? Since I'm a kiddie cruiser, I get the day before my 21st birthday, you're discharged. So that'd be 3 years. So he said, if you extend for a year, you get your choice of 3 home ports or 3 types of ships, not both. I said, that sounds fair. So I put in for a DDG, a DLG, and an ADG, and the fact that medical corps, you got to do more on a small ship than a big ship. And I put in for Charleston, Key West, and Mayport. And my orders come through for an aircraft carrier out of Norfolk, which was not one of my high moments with the Navy, believe me. So that's when I was assigned to the USS America, and I got on her in September of '65. I'm not a plank owner, which kind of bothers me a little bit, but it just didn't work out that way. And I was deployed with her first med cruise. The sleeping quarters was, you had 3 bunks. Your locker was underneath your bunk, your mattress. You raised up like this. You didn't have a lot of room. You didn't have any civilian clothes. Everything was uniform. There was 1, 2, 3 bunks. You know, mine's in the middle. You don't forget where you sleep. And it was quite different, but you become accustomed to it, and it's a routine. You're tired. You've worked 12 hours, like you say. You're tired. And I became very accustomed. The noises were kind of unique. We could hear the resting gears making their funny noises, but you became accustomed to all that. As far as the situation around the eating and what have you, and times you had to relax, was fine. It was such a large ship. If I'm not mistaken, we had like 5,000 people with the air wing when I was on. And you'd go to chow, and you'd start, I can remember going to chow, and you'd start the front of the line, and you'd walk to the back until you found the end of the line, which might be 3 decks up or 13 decks down. You don't know where it is, but you followed that. And then you got in line and you done your stuff. And it was great grub. The chow was fantastic on the carrier. You know, the holidays were tough. You know, holidays are about family, and you're there and everybody's at home and you're not. But recreational wise, about the only thing we really did was when I went on the first med cruise, and when we pulled into port and the various places we pulled in, I was so excited about you know, I'll never see these places again. Athens and Greece and the St. Peter's Square and things that, you know, we'll just never see again. I won't. And but I'd made my mind up that when we pulled into port, whatever it be, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever, I would take advantage of the local sites and the local cuisines and try all that. And if I had any time left, I might go drink a beer at the local, we won't go into what they called it, but that's where everybody went. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. And I won't tell you what to ask if you wanted, but anyway, hey, sailor. And I learned that's why the Navy uniforms were designed as such, with the pockets inside. Your pockets were all inside of your garment, because you had one on the outside. If you had anything in there, it was gone. Those little bleebs could, they'd comb or whatever. You know, you never kept anything serious in there. But then they had the hawkers. You want to buy a watch. You want to buy, you know, when you're walking on shore there. And then you were pretty much on your own. You got to, you know, of course they told you where not to go, and usually that's where you went. And they told you what, like in Greece, they told you not to try ouzo. Personally I didn't, but a lot of the boys did. So the foreign experience was one that I found very interesting, comparing us to the U.S. And believe you me, this young boy from southern Indiana learned in a hurry there's nothing like the good old US of A. Nothing. Nothing.